My name is Kimani Mbogo. I think I should remind you that if you've forgotten. And I'm not alone. I have two comedians with me on set. David Masseria has been here for the last 2 weeks. You've seen him, you've heard him, you've seen his jokes. If you have attended any of our comedy sets in the last 2 weeks, you've seen him perform. I hope you follow him on Instagram, David X Masseria. And we have another man who's with us in studio, AK Dance.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of you, I feel like a lot of people who are watching Citizen TV might not know you, but AK, I promise you, AK Dance is big. How you doing, man?
I'm all good, man. I'm happy.
You just came from, you did Espresso.
Yeah.
In Cape Town.
Yeah.
Last week, and it's huge. I do watch Espresso. That is like a very big show in South Africa. So he was on just after Sauti Sol. So that's how big he is. And he performs comedy across Africa. You want to tell us just a bit about yourself before we talk about coronavirus across the world?
Yeah, sure. My name is AK Dance. I'm a South Sudanese stand-up comedian. And I was born in Kenya, Kakuma refugee camp. And I've been doing comedy for the past 4 years. I'm touring around Africa. I'm now on my way to Australia for the Melbourne Comedy Festival. And so I'm going to throw a show here on Saturday at the Blues Barclays Plaza.
Tomorrow.
Then that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow you're doing the 1 hour.
Yeah, the 1 hour special.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, I'm not going to ask you how it was like growing up in Kakuma because you made it, man. You're out here with us. No, you made it out.
No, but yeah, it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Come to the show.
Yeah, come to the show tomorrow.
He did the show last week at Blues and killed. So that's why we're doing the show again before he goes to Melbourne.
Yeah. It was really good. He did a whole set. How long did you do? About 25 minutes.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
It was 32 minutes.
32?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. Oh, maybe because I came in when you had already performed like a few minutes. So that was 32.
Yeah, 32 minutes.
So tomorrow you're going to do an hour.
An hour.
So if you haven't watched a stand-up comedian in the alternative comedy sets, you should come and watch AK Dance tomorrow at Barclays Plaza, the ground floor. Okay, let's go on. Now, coronavirus is still the biggest topic of conversation on social media across the world. More than 124,000 people in at least 114 countries, more than have been infected, right? And more than 68,000 of those people have recovered. Now, on Wednesday, the World Health Organization declared coronavirus a pandemic. And guess what was the number one topic number one search topic on Google? It was, what is a pandemic? A lot of people didn't know what a pandemic was. I was one of them. Pandemic meaning, all right? Now, I'm going to explain what a pandemic is for those of you who didn't watch the explainer yesterday with Yvonne Okora. A pandemic is a disease that has spread in multiple countries around the world, usually affecting a large number of people. The word comes from the Greek word pan, meaning all, and demos, meaning people. So pandemic, pandemos, meaning all people. So it means all people are affected by this. Now, some famous people have contracted coronavirus, including Tom Hanks, who was in Australia with his wife, and he said that they, showed signs of coronavirus, and now they have it. Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, has coronavirus, and now their game on Saturday versus Brighton has been cancelled. The NBA has suspended the season. Italy has suspended Serie A, and officials say the season might not even be completed. And here in Kenya, we are still waiting for it. We are still shocked that we don't have it. But yesterday, the Minister for Health did a press conference and said that all the 47 counties should start preparing for it. The pictures you're seeing right now, that is Mbagathi Hospital, which is being readied. It has a 120-bed space for in case of anything. So guys, let's start with us here. Let me start with you, David. Apparently, on the celebrities contracting coronavirus, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks has coronavirus?
Yeah, he has coronavirus. He was in Australia having a good time. You're going to be in Australia. Tom Hanks is way bigger a celebrity
African
than you
ancestors have me. African ancestors, they're holding me. They know I've never been there. The spirits are with me, man.
Is it your first time in Australia?
Yeah, it's my first time in Australia.
But I don't know.
It's a really wrong time to go to Australia.
I don't care, bruh. You don't easily get that visa. Comes once in a while.
Yeah. So you're not stopping, not for coronavirus.
I'm not stopping. Man.
David.
Tom Hanks has coronavirus. I don't know if that's he might, because he's a really good actor. He might just be doing that for like a movie role, you know.
What movie?
I don't know, Captain Corona.
obviously, it's obviously, because what better?
What is it called?
Actor.
What is it called? Method acting, when you get into character to play the person. But I don't know. I'm not.
Because he did a whole post on Instagram about him and his wife. You know, kind of explaining how they were feeling.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's.
Yeah, they were like, but also his son did that video saying, you know, my parents aren't that bad. They just kind of like
his
have
son,
cold symptoms. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw his son. His son on Instagram went and said, "Oh, they're gonna be fine."
Yeah.
Let me just say, Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors of all time. I even did consider naming my child Hanks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how big Tom Hanks is to me. So
Make sure he doesn't get an Australian visa.
so you're gonna be there. First off, what are the immigration officials telling you when you were applying for a visa?
By that time, it wasn't that viral when I applied, so they didn't expect it or something like that. And for now,
They already gave it to you, so they can't take it back.
they can't take it back. They can't take it back. And I think they're just trying to, maybe because what happened is that USA closed its borders to Europe or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, finally, the Europeans can feel what we feel as Africans.
But they named us. You saw that list? They released a list of that was Saudi Arabia that banned some of the people. The countries that are not allowed to go there.
So Saudi
and Kenya was one of them. We were like, we don't even have
South Sudan, man.
What did we do?
No, we were like, nah, we're used to this. We
Even
don't get
South
visas
Sudan?
every day. Even South Sudan, we're like, we don't get visas. It's cool. We're used to this.
Did they were like, there's coronavirus and we're blocking people from coming in? Let's
Yeah,
do
even
some
in
black
Kenya.
countries on the list.
I think they confuse coronavirus and corruption virus. Like these two things.
But actually,
They just made a mistake.
But actually, AK Dance was supposed to go to Singapore to do comedy, but couldn't because of the coronavirus.
Yeah. I was supposed to go there, and I'm thinking about the reason why I don't want to go there. It's not because of the coronavirus. Is I'm afraid of Australia closing its borders towards Singapore, and now I'm caught up in Asia.
So you go to Singapore, and Australia closes its borders.
Yeah, and then
from
I'm
Asia.
done.
Nobody from Asia is coming.
Then
here,
I'm done.
And you're stuck in Singapore.
I don't want that to happen.
You're smart. So when are you leaving?
I'm supposed to leave on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
Are you sure? They won't have closed their borders by Wednesday?
Not to Africa, not to Kenya, not to Nairobi.
Aren't you like praying on just like,
Nah, my chances are high because they have a lot of continents to close before they come to us. So by the time they reach Africa, I'm out. Like I'm caught on the other side.
The good thing about this coronavirus is they're saying it's like a worldwide problem.
It's a pandemic now. Officially now,
But the good thing is that they're using the term worldwide the same way like musicians use the term world tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not. I think when's coronavirus 20 coming out? I think that's when we should be worried. It's about COVID-19.
And here's something about COVID-19. Every time I see anybody on the news saying COVID-19, I'm like, no, don't say that. It's
a rapper's name.
That's doctors say that. No, just say coronavirus. Like I get it when news anchors have to say COVID-19 because it sounds official. It's the official medical term for it. But dudes like you say COVID-19.
Saying COVID-19 I think helps because I don't know if you heard about sales of Corona beer in the States dropped.
Yeah.
Because of coronavirus, so people were like the term Corona was making them be like, no, we're not drinking that. That's where that disease comes from.
But isn't that a bit naive?
But now it sounds
very dumb.
It sounds like an album that was dropped in 2019. So it's gonna kill. Yeah, it's gonna kill all the albums dropped in 2019. But here's the thing: you were saying about coronavirus being a pandemic, and you're like, if we've heard of the pandemic thing before. I don't know about you. I've had a pandemic before, and I'm sure you've heard of it. Like you guys want to pretend like you've not heard of America? All countries with oil know that pandemic. You know that. We know that from South Sudan. We have the oil. We know the pandemic.
So now you're telling Europe, that's us that's South Sudanese every day. South Sudanese.
That's the world every day. That's how the world looks every day.
They're the same people who are surprised why Africa doesn't have coronavirus. Why isn't it getting here? Why aren't you guys getting it? And they're the same people that are not giving us visas. How do you expect it to come here? Give me a visa to America. I'm going to bring it. I'll come back with it. What's your problem? It's weird, man.
So on the front page of the Standard today, the Ministry of Education has banned handshakes in schools and hugs. Okay, let me tell you guys, I went to an SDA high school and hugs were banned. So the SDAs were way ahead of all of you in this one. That's a whole country. The whole country is on alert. No hugging in schools. That's on the front page of the Standard.
But even you, when we came in, you wouldn't shake our hands. You just fist bumped us.
Yeah, I'm not shaking. I'm walking around with a sanitizer. It's in my pocket. I'm not taking any chances, especially for him. He just came from Cape Town.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I don't know, man.
But hugs, now kids can't hug. They can't shake hands. They can't hug in schools. That's the Ministry of Education.
I don't know, man. Like this thing is too wide. These restrictions are too wide. Like you can't be giving these restrictions to someone who's maybe in Kakuma because it's in Kenya or something. I think let's narrow it to people who have passports. People with passports don't hug, don't handshake. Because how is it gonna get a homie in Kakuma who doesn't know?
But this one is weird. Banning hugs in schools, because if it's kids are gonna go to school and cough on each other anyway, like when they're playing with each other, and say, well, okay, but don't shake each other's hand. Like so, I slept with my face this close to yours at nap time.
I don't know if the Ministry of Education knows that kids aren't getting really affected by coronavirus. Actually, I watched a TED Talk this week that said, kids are
congratulations, man. Watch the TED Talk. What was the TED Talk?
Starting out with a family show now.
Is it because I watched a TED Talk or is it because of my age?
Dude, I want to know what this TED Talk was about.
The TED Talk was about coronavirus. Why there's a doctor who's been studying or has been practicing health, something to do with health and managing pandemics across the world for about 25 years. And she said the coronavirus is our future.
What does that mean? Like,
it means that such kind of viruses are going to keep coming in the future. So we need to prepare ourselves for, because of she said something to do with the world doesn't listen to science, global warming, because the coronavirus is apparently there are 6, and there were 5 known coronaviruses, which SARS.
There's 6 coronaviruses.
Yeah, there's 6. Now this is the 6th one.
Corona comes in a 6-pack. Haven't you ever been to a?
In a 6-pack.
No, but there are 6 coronaviruses. There are 6 coronaviruses.
Yeah, this is the COVID-19 is the 6th. Because they realize that it has spikes on its surface. So the way they describe it is they had to name it as a new strain because they couldn't find another strain of it. So it kind of like keeps adopting itself in a new way. Yeah, so there were 5, now this is the 6th one. And she said that there might be more as people continue, cutting down forests, displacing animals, because the coronavirus is a spread from animals to humans. So
here's also another thing. If medicine keeps getting better, diseases are also going to keep getting better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the point.
So that's why it's going to be.
And if these things are coming from animals, and I don't think like being vegetarian is gonna help. The best thing to do, trust me, is to get an African mother to cook that animal. You see how our moms fry it? They fry it and the viruses just go out. Fry the corona away and we eat it. But I'm sure that, like the way they say, these people have the technology and everything, that so many viruses are gonna come. And I hope they don't come from Africa, man, because it feels good when these things don't come from Africa.
Yeah, for the first time, Africa is like, that's not us.
Not us.
I mean, like, imagine it's like Congo. Congo is saying we only have 1 case. 1 case.
Dude, they tried to like make it be like, oh, there's a case in Africa, like the first coronavirus death, but it was a German guy in Egypt who died from.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
They were just like first case in Africa. Like,
so
we're
even
not claiming this.
Even the African countries that have reported it, it's like 1 case, 2 cases.
There's 2 in Nigeria.
The most I've had it's 2 in Nigeria. Yeah. Like, and it was a news item across Africa that Nigeria has recorded its 2nd. Coronavirus.
South Africa reported the case, and 24 hours later they found out it was a hangover.
So that one
that's our people down
there. That one was from actual corona.
South Africa. Hey.
It was too many Corona beers.
Yeah.
The Corona hangover.
Yeah, he took the Corona beers all over himself.
Yeah. So another one has another part of. Another sector that has been hugely affected is business, export and import. Yesterday on Daybreak here, we focus on business.
Right.
And I was talking to this guy who is a chairman of shops downtown, and they're saying that they're running out of switches in your house. Like the house fittings, like sockets, switches, bulbs, cables, because they import all of that stuff from China. So a lot of things here are made from China, like pens, phones,
everything.
Almost everything.
Everything is made in China, yeah.
It's almost like there's a made in China sticker under Kenya.
I'm glad we've spoken about these things. I don't understand how this world works, man. Because sometimes, like, what were they using? What bulbs were they using? What switches? It's like when you show up and you find someone buying a bed. Like, what were you sleeping on? You're 25 years old. What were you sleeping on?
How are you running out of light switches?
How are you running out of them? What were you using? It's not that you just showed up in the world. You're born yesterday, now you're buying a bed. 25. What were you using for the past 25 years?
Yeah, maybe light switches isn't the biggest deal, huh?
Well, yeah, that's also something that I was asking him. Okay, are you telling me that sockets and light switches, people buy them so much that you're running out of stock?
I mean, people do build houses, build apartments, and that's why you would need to buy light switches.
Yeah.
If you think about it, who builds all these apartments? It's the Chinese.
So are they gonna need them?
They can wait.
They could.
They can come and tell them.
They could bring. Why? But they're not coming in, are they?
No. Actually, they are coming in. Kenya, of all the places that you can lock out Chinese, it cannot be Kenya, because literally this is like China annex.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is
the SGR. They have built some of the biggest infrastructure here in Kenya. So
I guess we're kind of like China Junior, but China is like that with every country in the world. They're everywhere.
Well, but
literally everywhere.
You can say in some countries they're more than other countries. Yeah.
Zambia.
But I'm not saying it's
Zambia. It's a lot of them. They own the airport, so they can come anytime they want to.
Oh, you can't lock them out of the airport.
It's their airport. They want to come home. Who's gonna stop them?
There's a lot of Chinese people in China.
It should be, bruh.
There's a lot of Chinese people in China.
That's the top one country with Chinese people.
Really? Of all the jokes, that's the one you went for?
Dude, you were like, here on Daybreak, we focus on business a lot, but you just have two comedians on to talk about Corona for the third week in a row.
Yeah, actually, because I've been thinking, and even yesterday, I was trying to look for stories to feed it out.
Yeah.
And every one of them is related to coronavirus.
Yeah, it's related to it, man. I don't know if you guys had, because Australia has a policy with the Corona thing, is that if you're traveling from all these countries that are banned, and you're a citizen, you're allowed to come back home, and then they'll treat you from home. And I was watching the news because I was in Uganda last week, and then the Minister of Health was saying in the news that if you want to travel to China, please don't go. And if you're in China and you're in Uganda, please help us. Don't come. Stay there. I'm like, Africa. Now you've deserted your citizens.
Stay there, even in Kenya,
for real.
Even in Kenya, I've said one of the stories. There are Kenyan students who are trapped in China.
Trapped in Wuhan, where the disease started.
Oops.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
At least take them to the next city.
They were like, we're gonna give them 10 million shillings. There was other countries though with they had students in Wuhan, but they were taken to like other countries, not there. I think it was Uganda, maybe, if I'm not wrong. I don't know. But like there were Ugandan students in China. They were like, okay, we'll just take you to, I think it was
some
like
country
in the Middle East,
where we can treat you from there before we bring you home.
Instead of sending you 10 million shillings, or was it $10 million?
And even when they say 10 million shillings, the students in there, because I remember a week ago there was an interview here on Sunday Live with Jeff and Vicky, and they were talking to some of the parents who have their children in China, and they said we haven't received 10 million. We haven't received that.
Money is actually tempting, man. There was a newspaper article in Uganda that say that the West is trying to look for the medicine for coronavirus. So they want volunteers to test the medicine.
That was in London.
It was in London, and they're giving out 3,500 pounds. I'm gonna be honest.
Which is like 400,000 Kenya shillings.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about it.
Yeah, to be injected with
coronavirus.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
You did?
Slightly. There's a bit of
like there was a tempting thought.
There was a tempting thought that thought about it. It's 3,500.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
And it's white people treating me. If there's a doctor that I would trust,
yeah,
it's a white doctor. Put it in, get it out.
Isn't it funny
my
if it was here in Kenya,
nah.
I'm not doing that.
Isn't it funny though that the people who are really getting coronavirus is like politicians, celebrities, and stuff, but now in England they're like, oh, poor people aren't getting corona. Let's pay them to get it.
I mean, if Tom Hanks is getting coronavirus,
for free. Tom Hanks
Arsenal's manager,
and there's a Juventus defender who got coronavirus as well.
Yes,
and all
also,
these guys, the Ronaldos.
Hudson-Odoi is a Chelsea player. Also has tested.
The Ronaldos were quarantined, and I was like, bruh, a defender getting coronavirus. You're not even the top scorer, and you're bringing problems to the team.
You're a defender. You can't.
In the presence of Ronaldo, you don't want to face off.
You're a defender. You can't defend yourself.
You can't defend yourself from coronavirus.
Justin Trudeau's wife got coronavirus.
Yeah, he said he's in self-quarantine, and it's just a whole situation across the world, guys. It's going viral, and I don't know. Maybe next week we're still going to be talking about the same. Maybe there's going to be new developments. As you said, the update here in Kenya, our health minister has said that 47 counties, all of them, need to start doing drills to prepare for coronavirus.
Yeah.
But what's what drills would that be?
I don't know. He didn't break it down.
That doesn't sound like. I mean, like I like what they're doing on Baghdad, like preparing hospitals. But what do you do? How do you prepare for a virus with the drill? Is what
You don't greet people. You wash your hands.
So
a drill is anything.
Okay.
So he just said they need to start preparing. That's the point. Okay. Yeah. Whatever it is that your county will be doing, start preparing.
Yeah, but the thing is, coming from a landlocked country, Kenya is our port and everything. I think you guys should do the drills and do everything and keep it away, because there's no way it's getting to us if you guys keep it away. South Sudan, we can't manage. We are really struggling with other things right now. So Uganda, Kenya,
you
Ethiopia,
have to
work on it.
Take the ball for us.
Take the ball for us.
All right.